Hello, 12th grade AP Lit students of Pasadena High School. This week is a big week. We have our AP Lit test on Tuesday, May 18th. I do want to make sure we're all understanding this. Please note the test begins at 9 a.m., not 12 p.m. as previously reported. So 9 a.m. that AP Lit test begins. 9 a.m., which does mean that you need to be logged in to that test. Those of you taking the test, you need to be logged into that app at 8:30, ready to go. So get some good sleep Monday night. Make sure that you are well rested. Unfortunately, this means that we will not be able to meet prior to the test as I was hoping, but instead we will meet after the test. I will go ahead and put the link to that meeting in our agenda here for this week. So once we're done, I will put that link in the agenda for you to be able to find it. It will be the same link as our office hours. So if you get lost, just come to office hours. It will be that same link as office hours, but I'll go ahead and put it in the agenda as well. Okay, so I just wanted to very quickly go over our agenda for this week. Specifically for the AP test takers, because they're going to be a little discombobulated with different tests this week. All right, so on Monday, I am planning on outlining that final project. In fact, I'm going to, if you are in class, if you're not in class, I'm going to go over it right now at the end of this video. We will also complete the lit terms. You can be completing those lit terms for the assignment, and I have extended the date for these two video assignments as well. So they're now due instead of the 16th, they're now due on Monday the 17th at 11:59 p.m. So I just want to make sure, once again, I cannot emphasize this enough. The AP Lit test takes place at 9 a.m., but you need to be logged into the app at 8:30. If you have not yet gone into that app, if you were one of the people I emailed on Friday, please rectify this situation. Reach out to me if necessary. Okay. On Thursday in class, we'll be working on our choice project, which I'm about to go over right now. Okay, so for this is mostly for those people who won't be in class on Monday, mostly periods 5 and 6. Sorry, periods 1, 2, and 3, I should say. I think will not be in class on, they are the ones who won't be on class on Monday because it is indeed a B Monday. So I did want to go over this. Let me just present this very quickly. All right, so this project is called It is the End of the Year as We Know It. This project will be due on during final exam week. It is technically due on the 27th, which is a Thursday at 11:59. However, I have left it open for those of you who, again, are last minute folk. I have left it open until the 31st, but please get that in as soon as possible so I can start wrapping up your grade as soon as possible. This is the final grade that will go in. All right, so this is what's called a choice project, which means you don't have to do all of the parts of it. You choose one option out of all of these and you work on that. And these are kind of fun, kind of creative. The first one is a high school photo essay. So for each of your 4 years, you're going to create a page of pictures that represent your thoughts and feelings about that year, photos. So you'll turn in this 4-page essay with each page dedicated to a specific year, and each page should have 4 pictures and a paragraph reflecting on your feelings, growth, and thoughts about the year. And I'm going to say at least 4 pictures. If you really feel like you can't do it in 4 pictures, you need a few others, that's absolutely fine. How you present this is up to you. You can create Google Slides, you can do it on a Google Doc, you can even make a video and present it that way. Just make sure that that paragraph is there as well. Option 2, this is kind of fun. It is a blackout poem using your college admissions essay. So anything that you've written for college admissions, those personal statements, take those and you can create blackout poems. Now, some of you may not have done a college admissions essay. Maybe your college didn't require that. In that case, I'd like you to use another piece of writing that you've done this year, whether it's a portion of your kite runner essay, whether it is something you've done in another class, but I'd like you to create something from something you've already created. So you're recycling your creation into something else. You may either do this on hard copy and black out and take a picture of it, or a Google Doc and white out space when you're finished. Write a reflective paragraph about what you found in your poem and how it speaks to you. All right, so here are some examples. You saw some on the previous slide. This one, the student wrote about his love of music in his college essay, and the poem becomes about playing, right? And practicing and becoming the musician that he is. Here we have another example. These ones are just kind of very simply crossed out. And here's the paragraph that goes along with that. Here are some other examples, a little bit more creative here. And these ones are my favorite, right? They're very pretty, right? Again, there's so many things that you can do with blackout poetry. This one's used paint instead of marker to black out, to make it a little bit more creative. Now, for those of you who are interested, on the very first page of this option, there is a link for how to create blackout poetry. So if we go back, let's go back. You will see there's a link here for how to make a blackout poem, and it will take you to a YouTube video. I'm not going to play that right now, but you can take a look at that. All right, option 3, write an advice poem. We have here in blue a number of different examples of advice poems by a number of different poets. You can use these for inspiration. I want you to read through all of them, and I want you to write a paragraph about which of these poems stood out to you the most and why. And then another paragraph about why you chose, because you're going to create your own poem, your own advice poem, about why you chose the topic of your poem and explain any choices that you made as a writer. Following this up, we have an example of an advice poem that a student has written. And again, you've got to go along with that paragraph as well with that. All right, option 4, this is probably my favorite out of all of them. It's book spine poetry. Using at least 6 books, you're creating a poem with the spines. The poem should be captured in a photograph, and that photograph can be uploaded along with a paragraph, or a couple of paragraphs rather, explaining your process of finding and arranging titles and the meaning behind your book spine poem. The topic should be related to work we've studied in class, or it can be feelings and reflections on ending high school or beginning college. There's a whole gamut of things that you can do within there. So here's one example. We have a couple of other examples. And an example of a paragraph that goes along with that. So you can get an idea of what that paragraph needs to be, or those couple of paragraphs need to be. And let's move on. Option 5, this is where you get to tell me what to do, right? Here's your chance to design the course. Which texts do you consider essential reading for this class? And what themes are important to explore as seniors in high school? We have 4 quarters or terms to this course, so I'd like for you to design a curriculum for me. I'm open to all ideas. And here we have some samples of what that might look like. Again, fairly simple, but this is your opportunity to create the course that you were hoping it would be. So if it hasn't turned out to be what you wanted it to be, here's your opportunity. We also have class evaluation, right? This isn't one of your options. This is what all of you need to do at the end. I'd like for you to turn in this class evaluation. There is a link to a Google form here. It is totally anonymous. I'm not collecting your email addresses. I don't want to know who says what, but I do want feedback on the class that they can grow as a teacher and that this class can be as beneficial as possible. I know it's been a doozy of a year and it hasn't been typical of AP Lit, but I would welcome any feedback that you have for me. The one thing I will say, please remember I'm human. I have feelings. So word it gently. That's all I ask. That's it for that project. Now, if you have questions in the meantime, you can feel free to reach out and email me. I am available, and we can look at meeting at some point if you need to meet, or I can just answer your question through email. Okay, that is it for this video, but please make sure you're catching up on those video work on Monday. Please make sure that you are doing your lit terms on Monday so that you can get the most out of the grade as possible. And you can be starting on this at any time. Okay, we will be dedicating a portion of class time to it as well. All right, I will see you all soon.